Hi, friends. Dave here. We're gifted to be in this beautiful, beautiful museum, old house, and George on the screen is the man that made this museum. It's taken him 25 years to do this, and he's going to give us a little bit of an explanation of what's happening.
In life, mankind thinks that you make the decisions that are important in your life. And that's partially true. Why? Because you need destiny to help you or to make things hard for you. That's something you do not control. So there's a old Japanese saying that says, success is the last step before disaster. And I was lucky enough in life not to be completely successful. It was hard. So through that process, you learn how to climb a ladder without help. And in my old activity, which was chemical plant, I knew that I was going to die. Now people don't talk about the death. I always do because I think it's so natural, but not because I'm pessimistic. I don't. It's all right. It's nature.
How do you plan your future unless you know about death, right?
You have a certain amount of time to do things. That's it.
Yes.
And I decided that my business was going to die because I couldn't be a leader in my field as I was at that time. And I wanted to find something else. And I needed capital to start something new. So I said, okay, instead of robbing a bank, I'll invest in something with drop in price. I decided this was an area. My first building was bought 43 years ago. And then when I decided to do something, they told me, this is preservation area. I said, what? Preservation area, what does that mean? You can't knock down, you can't do this, you can't do that, you can't do anything. I said, okay, I'm patient. I waited 3 years. 3 years later, there was a change in the government. It went from military to democratic. And this was advertised for one day. In the newspaper, I never bought except on Fridays. But that day, it's destiny. The newspaperman didn't come. So I had to go to the corner to buy the newspaper. And I decided that I'm going to do something different. I'm going to buy the newspaper that I normally bought on Fridays on Tuesday. That was the only day that building, the first one you went into, was advertised. And when I saw the ad, I phoned up and they told me, well, you could do this, that, the other. I said, don't tell me the story I know. It's a preservation. You just give me the plans of the building, and I decided. I looked at it. I went to the city council and said, you still have the same regulations? They said yes. So I said, okay. You change governments from military to democratic, and we have the same regulations. These regulations are going to stay. So I decided to buy it, and I bought it by phone without seeing it. I bought it, I paid for it, and when they had to deliver the building, come in, they never came. So I had to get a ladder, go up through the balcony, and go into the building, which is full of rubble up to the arches. And then I saw the watchtower, which is the one that's painted in my office there, which is the library by my wife. I saw that and I said, seeing the ruins, seeing everything derelict, this is all done. What did I wrote it down. Because I wrote down everything I saw at that moment and said, all done. What did it mean? It was the past of the city. You can buy things you can build. You cannot buy the past. To buy the past, you need time. And basically, that's the message of this building. We think that we can get things through money, which is true. not the most important. Love, health, we don't get. And the past, we lose. We're losing. You're recording now in a machine that in 50 years' time, it will be obsolete in 10 days' time. In 50 years' time, it won't even exist. And you won't be able to replace the battery. It won't work. And that memory will be gone. The documents that we have in paper, they look old, yellow, you can't hardly see them, read them, but they're there. So we've gone very fast into a new era where we want to, with technology, keep the past, and we're going into a field we're going to lose it completely. It's like when kids want to go from short trousers to long trousers when they're adults. When they're 99, they're sorry that they didn't last more as a kid. They wish they would be more of youth and less of longevity. So when I saw that building, I said, this is the past. I decided to restore it. For the moment, we'll restore something and restore the building. But then, and then it's serendipity, I discovered the tunnel. Now, discovering a tunnel is normally a problem because you have regulations, this, that, the other. I always say that if you get a scholarship to Harvard, there are two ways of looking at it. One thing is, my God, I'll have to study a lot. Another thing is, how lucky I am that I might be working with somebody who maybe is a Nobel Prize. How lucky I am. So for me, the tunnel was a scholarship to Harvard. And based on that, and again, I go to see my sister-in-law in England, and the urban archaeology started in London with Wheeler in 1922. And they had an exhibition of urban archaeology for the first time. And when I went to see the exhibition, I realized that what I had underneath was more important than the building itself. And then that was a big decision. I came back and I said, we're going to excavate the whole building. And based on that, I decided to make a hole under the building. Now this is an 1830 building, brickwork. You can't make a hole. It's very complicated. But you can. Not easily. We did just to create a space where the old artifacts were contained by the new structure. So we created an underground museum for the things that were already there. Now what's the big difference between this project and a museum? A museum is a space that was created to gather things that were bought or robbed from somewhere else. Not that it's bad that you take away. That's what happened. That's why the British Museum, the Getty Museum had to give back things. Because things were taken over, and now people are in a better condition economically, and the country claim it back. All the things that are exhibited here belong to this place. They have a better right than I have. I have an escrow. They were born, thrown, died in here. So they belong to this place by use for hundreds of years. I belong to this place only for 40 years. So they have a larger, better right than I have. So the concept of creating a museum with this came naturally. And then again, the accident. We excavated, then 11 years later, I discovered the continuation of the tunnel under the tenement house next door. I negotiate that, and while I'm digging, I discover the continuation of the tunnel, but with a branch coming from the north, which is the one where you're going to go out. And this was going to be the parking place. This is a plot of land I wanted to turn it into a parking place for a museum. And suddenly, I discovered all this. I said, no, we're not going to do the parking place. we're just going to keep on excavating the rectangular park. That's what I did. By the time I remember, it's 40 years and we're today. Well, that's a short version of 40 years.
What a wonderful story. What a passion. Your museum is so beautiful. I mean, you look at all of the attention to detail. You know, nothing is missed.
It's all detail. The architect that designed the Science Museum in Paris came here for a visit for an hour, and then when he wrote in the visitor's book, God is in the details.
And the attention to detail here, I mean, if a person has an eye for the detail, you can truly appreciate every painstaking little effort was put in things. Really amazing. Well, our group is starting to leave, so we can either walk back to the ship, or we can join them.
Walk back and just come back another time.
George, thank you so much for your time. It's really a pleasure meeting you.
Oh, it was a pleasure. Thank you so much.
And friends, George is going to tell us when you're in Buenos Aires where to go and what to see. If you can tell us your museum.
This museum is El Zojon de Granados, El Zojon. And you just put that in the web and it will come out.
Okay, and I'll also put a picture of the QR code on the video too, so people can link up to you and find you. But again, thank you so much, George.
It was a pleasure to be able to tell the story to
somebody. Oh, it's wonderful. Hopefully my 12 followers will be able to see it.
Okay, I only have half.
Okay, you can be number 13. Thanks so much, George.
Thank you.